Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, sorry. Good morning still. I thought it was afternoon. No. How we all doing? We okay? Because usually I walk out of the gym in the afternoon. Well, I've walked out there in the morning today. Well, hey. Today is lovely. I'm loving the weather. I hope everyone's enjoying a bit of sunshine. Just watch where I'm crossing roads. I don't want to be getting hit by a car today, especially got something like 12 days till my fight, is it? Don't know, what have I got now? 10 days, is it? 11, 10 days, something like that. Yeah, basically I'm fighting in the Royal Regency in Ilford. The nearest train station for that is Manor Park. It's in East London. It's a massive arena. When I went last time to fight, my opponent was very high blood pressure. My fight got cancelled, had a real knock-on effect on my mental health, sent me a bit, let's just say, I could quite easily at that time have harmed myself because I couldn't deal with the pressure of everything. Because the amount of pressure it is on you leading up to the fight, you know, all pressure, because you've got to make weights, you've got to do this, you've got to get fit. And that's no joke when you're over 40 years of age. You know, I'm not 20 anymore. So yeah, I'm just putting myself through stuff that I didn't think I would be doing. However, going into that fight, the fight got cancelled. I've just stayed in camp mode since. Obviously, I ate a decent bit of food over Christmas, but literally from January, I've not had no sugary snacks. I've not had no cans of Coke, no bottles of Coke. I have had nothing like that. And it's all seemed to be paying off now. I'm now at the lightest weight I possibly can be. I was hoping to be lighter than this, but I've had a little problem in the last couple of weeks where my gym membership was temporarily suspended, where I had to give some documents to prove a situation. However, I've done that. My gym started back up. I was back in the gym this morning on the treadmill. Only a half-hour run, but it was a half-hour run at a very good pace. Worked up a very good sweat. Don't need to do more than that in the morning. I'm going to go home now and eat some food. And come tonight, I have boxing tonight. So once I go and train tonight, come home, eat some food, I will get some rest then. But I'm not doing more now this week. The maximum cardio I'll probably be doing per day now is 30 minutes to 45 minutes, I reckon, this week up until Sunday. Then I have to start watching exactly what I'm doing, because if I'm pushing myself too much, I will be very tired on fight night. And I can't be getting in that ring tired. Not after preparing the way I've been preparing. So it's all about step-by-step conditioning. But got to remember why I'm doing this. I haven't really spoken too tough about it. Back in December, I trained for a fight, and I started training for a fight 2 years to the anniversary of when my little cousin died. I dedicated the fight to him. The reason I was dedicating the fight to him, my cousin was a child that was taken from his mum, placed into care, faced all kind of stuff in care, right? I only found out about the stuff that he'd faced in care when he come on to one of my groups that I run. He come on there and he told parents to never stop fighting for their children. This was just before he died. This was like a couple of years before he died, when I first started coming on to the forced adoption scene, because obviously it comes a point where we get drawn into it, and then we end up getting involved because something's happened to our family. Well, my cousin reached out to absolutely everyone, and that was during the lockdown phase. And he was reaching out to everyone, telling everyone, do not stop fighting for your kids. And then he wrote down exactly what happened to him in the care system, all right? That's just what happened to him in the care system. Also, I've got other stories, but I've kept them to myself for my cousin and for the sake of other people within my family as well. I don't want to cause them distress because I don't believe it would serve a purpose. However, I chose to stand up and fight for the Children's Society because the work they do, I've done a lot of research into them, and they work with victims and survivors of all types of abuse. They support survivors into counselling. They basically try and get them back on the straight and narrow. So for me, I chose the Children's Society. I dedicated my fight in December, which got cancelled, to my cousin. I'm dedicating this fight to my cousin, but I'm also dedicating it to my other cousin who was murdered through knife crime. And I'm also dedicating it to my daughter and everyone else's child that is suffering away from their families. I'm doing it for everyone. That's why I'm standing up and fighting. You know, I'm standing up and fighting for the children that can't stand up and fight for themselves. You know? Hence the reason myself and my team, we go out onto the streets, we raise awareness all over the place, and we get nothing out of this other than arming the public with the information that we know by exposing the corruption within services. We expose abuse, we expose corruption, you know? At the end of the day, we put our heads above the parapet and we're ready to take shots at any time. People take shots at us all the time. Some people don't like what we do, you know? Some people might not agree with how we expose stuff or how we approach stuff. But we do what we do because what's happened to our families is too much. I've witnessed it happen to so many other families as well since I've been involved in the forced adoption scene. I've witnessed it happen so many times. I've been at courts, I've been outside hospitals seeing children taken, and I tell you now, there is nothing worse than witnessing that. Seeing a family distraught and broken, with their loving child taken from their arms. All these children end up going into the care system. Some, I'm not going to say all the children get abused, but some will be abused in the system. And it's heartbreaking, right? Because these children are being taken, so the social workers say, for their own protection, to protect these children. How many survivors come forward after being in the care system when some dirty, nasty, perverted bastard has done something to them after they've been taken for safeguarding reasons? So yeah, that's the reason I do what I do. That's the reason why I stand out on the pavement, because not enough is done. Not enough is done to protect kids. That's why I stand up. People don't realise until it's happened to you or you've experienced it so close hand how it feels. Right? It gets me emotional just talking about it because I'm real. I'm real, right? My passion is to protect. And I'll do whatever I can to protect any child. Okay? Nobody protected me as a child when I should have been protected. But at the end of the day, that's why I campaign so hard now to make sure that the next generation of children have a safer place to come into. That's what we want. That's what we dream for. You know, every single one of us as parents, that's all we want for our kids. We want them to be the best. We want them to have the best. We want them to have the best life. Right? We don't want them being taken. We don't want them being abused. You know, that's our responsibility of adults, to look after the next generation of children. That's our responsibility. So, hence the reason I've chosen the Children's Society to stand up and fight. A lot of reasons to stand up and fight for them. You understand? This might be my last charity fight, and I might be going into the unlicensed underground boxing scene as well. But that's another story. Let's get this fight out of the way first. Thank you, Chrissy. I'm doing well. I just got a bit emotional because I'm talking passionately about why I do what I do and why I'm standing up and fighting. And I will always stand up and fight for the vulnerable, the weak. I will always stand up for parents, but most of all, I'll always stand up for children. You know, I'll always stand up for them because not enough of us adults do stand up for the kids. You know, not enough of us do. Many people will say, yeah, well done, crack on, you're doing well. But you'll never see the people. It's like a little, you might see a comment on Facebook, or you might see this, or you might see that. You know, just bear that in mind, right? Guys, people go out campaigning every month, not just for my child or any of the team's children. They go out campaigning for every single one of your children. And I'm telling you, we campaign about everything that is a threat to a child, right? We're real. And you know what? I take my hat off to my team that I work with, the Disabled Children Army, right? They've been flying the flag while I haven't been available. I've been otherwise engaged. My mental health wasn't right. There's all sorts of stuff going on, but I could keep making excuses. My team has carried on. They've still been travelling around the country, and they are absolutely smashing it, right? The team are smashing it. They're bringing the awareness to towns all near every single one of you, right? We can't obviously get to every single place all around the country, but I tell you what, we're giving it a good go. We are travelling everywhere. The Disabled Children Army are doing what they can. They will be out on the Saturday, which is the day of my fight. I believe they're going to be meeting in King's Cross on the day of my fight. So guys, Disabled Children Army will be out on that day, but they're also all coming to my fight as well. You know, they're coming to support me in my fight, but most of all, they're coming to support me while I get up and fight for all the kids. You know, it's going to be memorable. Let me tell you that now. And I don't mind win, lose or draw, but I've got no intention of losing. I'm determined, more determined than I've ever been. I'm more focused than I've ever been. So just got to remember why I'm doing this. So if anyone's near me in the crowd, shout for the children, save our children, do whatever in the crowd while I'm fighting. But make sure I hear them voices screaming it loud. I want to hear it loud all over the arena, because you know what? I'm going there now to put gloves on to give the children a voice. I'm trying my best to do whatever I can to make sure that when the children need help, there's help in place. That's what the Children's Society is. Oh, thank you so much, Caroline. Thank you. It means so much to me. You guys, the way you guys have my back, it's like, I'm not the best thing when I'm depressed. If someone messaged me, I don't want to answer the message, I'm going to put my hands up, right? I do that all the time. I ignore messages when I am stressed out. But that's part and parcel of living with the mental health that I've got, because sometimes I can't deal with it in there, let alone talk about it, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I just remember why I'm doing this. It's not for me. It's not for you. It's for our kids, you know? Hence the reason the Children's Society is the reason I'm choosing, because they're there for our kids after something has happened to them, you know? And that really needs to be put in place, because there's not enough in place for people in this world who are suffering from childhood abuse. There's not enough in this world anymore, to be honest with you. There's nothing for kids anymore. Like, you've got the situation going on at the schools at the moment. There's a big trend at the moment to try and get schools to attack each other. I think that's a duty as as us as parents to go out, if we're aware of it, if we're ever aware of that going into the community, go out into the community, take all your friends out into the community by putting numbers on the streets or in the fields where these fights are going to be happening. You're showing a presence. That's our duty as adults and as parents. You know, we're here to protect kids. So guys, if you haven't sponsored me yet, please sponsor me, because the Children's Society, that's who I'm fundraising for. So let me know if you want the link for the Children's Society, or if you want the link for my fight night. I will send you all the details over. Please get behind me. Please show your support. And if you don't want to support me, support the cause that I'm doing this for, because it's the best cause to ever do it for. It's for the kids. All right? Take care. God bless you all. Take care.